Writing a letter may seem old-fashioned. Writing a letter to your future self may seem strange. But listen to this. Writing that letter may be an important tool in keeping you focused and motivated on your goals. Coming up, writing a letter to your future self.
Hi, I'm Executive Coach Constance Howard, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where women are inspired to be the best version of themselves. Now, before you watch the video, click the subscribe button so that you can join this community of fearless women. And click the bell so you'll be notified when new videos come out.
When's the last time you wrote a letter? Not an email, a letter. When's the last time you received a letter? Not a bill, a letter. I bet it's been a while. Writing letters seems to be something most of us consider as old-fashioned. But I tell you, the last time I received a letter was from my mom. And from time to time, I'll run across those letters. And it always surprises me when I find them. And I love reading them because in those letters, she wrote about her hopes and dreams for me. She wrote about what she was praying for me. Um, and she just wrote about how much she believed in me and what I was doing. As we rapidly approach the end of 2023, why not write your future self a letter like the ones my mom wrote to me? Letters filled with hopes and dreams and how much you believe in yourself. Let's write our future selves a letter. Now remember, this letter isn't a hi, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're going to write a letter that's more strategic. This letter should really describe in detail what you're feeling, how you are working toward your goals, what goals you're working toward. Your letter should really paint a very clear and crystal picture of what you hope to become, what you hope to achieve in the next couple of months, right? You know, psychologists say if you can use the power of visualization to help make your dreams become a reality. So your letter should be so clear that you can visualize you achieving your goals and becoming the person you want to become. So there are no rules to writing a letter to yourself, except I would say to you, keep it positive. You know, you're not going to write, a letter that talks about all of the negative things that's happening to you and your negative feelings. You want it to be upbeat. You want it to be so that when you read this letter, you're inspired to keep going. You're happy to read the letter because it talks about where you're going, what you are achieving, how you are working, right? And in this letter, I want you to put your big goals and your small goals, but I don't want you to shy away from putting in this letter, describing in this letter, your big, bodacious goal, the one that's just lights you up, right? The one that is so big that when you achieve it, you're just going to be on top of the world. Right? That's what your letter should be about. And that's what your letter should do for you. It should inspire you to keep going. I want you in your letter to reflect on where you are now. Reflect on, how far you've come and how far you need to go, right? Because you want to see your growth, how you want to see, I was here and now I'm here. And I want you to have compassion for yourself. Show yourself love and show yourself respect, right? So you're only going to talk about your better self, the positive part of you, where you're going, and how excited you are about your future. You want to describe your emotions, what you're really thinking, what you're really feeling about your future. Consider this letter an intimate conversation between you and you. Nobody else is going to read it unless you give it to them to read. This is between you and you. These are the words you are going to speak to your future self, to encourage your future self to keep going, to inspire your future self to keep going. Don't beat yourself up. As I said, this is positive. Make sure you don't beat yourself up in this letter. I want you to talk about your gratitude for how far you've come. I want you to express how thankful you are that you didn't stop. I recently saw a clip from Snoop Dogg. He won some award. I think it was the star on the Walk of Fame or whatever that thing is called. And he was getting his star, and he got up to make his speech. And the first thing he said is, I want to thank me for not giving up. And, I chuckled at that. But after I thought about it, I thought, yes, that was an excellent move, because it takes courage and it takes bravery to keep going. When you want to quit, it takes a lot of chutzpah, right? To keep going, to tell yourself you can do it. That's what your letter is all about. In the face of everyone else around you telling you, maybe you ought to scale back your dreams. Maybe you ought to do something different. Maybe you ought to change, right? In the face of all of that, you write this letter that says to you, keep going. I believe in you. That's the message of your letter, that you believe in yourself, that you trust your gut to make the best decisions for you. Put all of that in the letter and then date it and tuck it away someplace. And then on your calendar, in your computer, or however way you have where you store your reminders, remind yourself to read the letter on 3 months, 6 months, whatever you want. Again, no rules. 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. You might write the letter on Jan 1 and not open it until December 31st, of 2024. You may write yourself several letters. Every quarter you could write yourself a letter. The whole idea is for you to put down in words and create pictures of where you're going, who you are, where you're going. Talk about your journey. Let this be a record of how you started your journey to becoming. I so wish that, several months ago, I had started this. Now, I haven't done this. I'm going to do this for 2024 so we can do this together. I haven't done it, as I said, and I'm looking forward to it, because I want to be able to, at the end of the year, read however many letters I write and see how far I've come. That will inspire me to keep going. My letter will be a lot about my business, because that's what my big goal is, to build my business, to create, to have offshoots of my business, to get into publishing and to broadcast media and to various things like that. They're really big goals, right? And because this letter is between me and me, although I told you a little bit about it, this letter is between me and me. I can make my goals as big as I want. And I'm going to describe in detail how excited I'm going to be once, I achieve one of my goals. So I want to encourage you to take some time to reflect on where you are and where you want to go. And then sit down and write your future self a love letter. If you've written your letter from your heart, I guarantee you that when you find it and read it in the future, it's going to be like looking at an old picture of yourself. You know, whenever I see an old photo of myself, I know immediately where I was, what I was dreaming for and hoping for and working toward. Let your letter be a reminder of your growth and where you're going. Let it motivate you. Comment below on what resonated with you in this episode. And if you have questions, leave them in the comment section as well, and I will follow up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever any new videos come out. I'm Constance Howard, Executive Coach. I'll see you next time.